just listening to it over and over again. You also work with Soy on that project.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Soy. Who was it? Soy. Wait,
uh,
wait. We did Soy. And I feel like I'm missing somebody. Soy. Um, Eons D, or he goes by
Jans
Eons
D. Oh
now.
yeah, yeah,
Big
Jans. Yeah,
time.
from
He was all over that. Yeah, and definitely Tone. Because it would have been a Tone. It almost ended up being like a Tone Jones project, and it just ended up being more of a collaborative thing. Like he did like 4 or 5 tracks, I think, and then Soy, and then Eons, and then man, I don't want to get it wrong. I know there had to be someone else on that, but from what I can remember, and then me, of course, I produced some of the stuff. But
yeah, the bonus track, Social Studies.
yes, oh shoot, I think that's the one. What I believe, was it the remix or the original?
I think you had to put the remix on.
I think
Uh,
so. That's right.
I
Okay,
think
so that was
that's
the remix. It was, I think Just Thoughts was on that one.
yeah.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's right. And I produced that one. Yeah. So yeah, basically me, Tone Jones, Eons, and Soy, I believe. I
Yeah.
hope I'm not missing over. And they have Soul Portrait for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this so today I was looking through your catalog.
Oh wow.
You've done 10 studio albums, maybe 11, because I know one you don't. I think you took down because it was your first
Yeah.
album,
It's too old.
um, and it was just too old. But so you've been doing music since about 2000, recorded like
Yeah, yeah.
2008, 2008, I would say, or maybe
Six,
earlier,
six,
2006.
six.
Yes.
Well, like recording, but uh, like officially coming out like '07, '06. Yeah, '06, I think it was, like '06.
Yeah. So
That's the one you won't
so
hear though.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, so what I think about that, that's
Yeah,
like, over 14 plus years rapping.
yeah,
I know you said you rapped when you were younger, but that's like one of those things. Like, yeah, I used to play basketball like for a little kid, and then they like, if they're a basketball like player when they grow up, they're like, yeah, I've been playing my whole life since I was 2. Like, okay, we get it, bro. Like, I get it, but like
yeah,
you've really been playing since high school. That's when you joined the league and kind of got your basics. So
yeah,
it's crazy. So there's a couple of labels that have fished out for you that gave you the bite almost and reeled it
yeah,
back in this
yeah.
process. But one thing that really sticks out is that you've always had a work ethic, to keep going, whether you get signed or whether you don't. Because even with Soul Portrait, you thought, oh, maybe this is the one because I have all these featured artists on.
It was a lot of pressure because a lot of people thought, like, I mean, I was being told by everybody, this is the one, and yeah, I mean, Dayton, even back then, he saw the potential in that. He was like, this project is crazy. I don't know. I mean, and I could have summed it up to maybe lack of my marketing skills, promotion, maybe just not in the right hands. I mean, it was on Rapzilla and all that good stuff, but I mean, you never know, right? You never know which one it's going to be. It could have been the best work to me, and then it just didn't get picked up. But a lot of pressure. I was putting a lot of pressure on me. They were like, "Oh, I'm telling you, it's your turn," and I was like, "Okay." And I just wasn't trying to get my head caught up in it, but I thought that was the one too. To be honest, like not to be all somber, but a lot of people did. I think.
Well, and look, here we are 6 years later,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
now you're getting announced as a Menace artist.
Yeah.
So it's really dope. I'm excited to talk more about it. I want to play some new music. We played Leap off the jump to start out the show, and then we played Minute Maid by my boy Professor Biz from Miami or
Nice.
Fort Lauderdale. We're gonna play some new music by Avila and Illish. Illish is
Hey.
from
Okay.
Fort Lauderdale, and then we're also gonna play a Feel Good by Delore. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's a feel good Friday, bro. It definitely
Let's
is.
go.
So we're gonna play those 2 tracks, and then we'll get back and we'll talk and dive more into nowadays being welcome into Menace movement.
Let's go.
we forgot things. Ooh, don't mistake these good things. Forgot things, we forgot things. Ooh, how you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real. How you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real.
Can't overthink it, I gotta go through it. Bending on records, it be therapeutic. Risking it all, but I don't wanna lose it. Entertainer, bringing more than amusement. When you're out bumping the music, sharing a clip of the script, showing you bit by bit, glimpse to let you in. Smiling, laughing, how would I feel? Light of the world, doing it well. Tell me who even cares when I gotta pay all these bills, record deals. Don't just happen, please stop asking, I've been working. I'm a hustle from a G, see you later. You don't even know the half. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Can you please get off my back? Already living out my dreams. Already living out my dreams.
Don't mistake these good things. Forgot things, we forgot things. Ooh, don't mistake these good things. Forgot things, we forgot things. Ooh, how you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real. How you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real. If I'm honest, I can't help but feel like you ain't riding. If I'm honest, I just want your likes and all your comments. If I'm honest, I've been losing sleep, so I've been grinding. If I'm honest, I got way too much on my plate, on my phone. 10 years under my belt, I done felt what you all felt. I done came to my senses to just trust God, and that's without a doubt. Who am I to think I know better when you the one who wrote the red letters? Trying to get my life together, I just wanna live forever. Used to just run the sidelines like my life was a highlight. I got baddies on my mind like every dang night. I'm just trying to get rid of this, I keep losing the same fight. Time to switch up the regimen, pray to God for the heavens sent. I'm confessing my sinning so I don't keep on misleading. I thank God for forgiveness and clean my plate before eating. Amen. Don't mistake these good things. Forgot things, we forgot things. Ooh, don't mistake these good things. Forgot things, we forgot things. Ooh, how you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real. How you been? How you feel? We on 10, keep it real.
So much trouble in the world, man. I wrote this song just to make you feel good, man. It's alright, have fun.
Let go of your worries and join us wherever you are. Escape to the unknown. Let's celebrate under the stars. Dark nights fade to sunlight. Embrace the mysteries of life. Come away, explore the wonders of each new day.
Hard times, you're not thinking logically. Hope your grandma hits the lottery or moves the fam up out of poverty. My love for people runs deep like an odyssey. Obviously, it's God's love inside, and not me. Possibly you could feel it with his philosophy, so you don't fall when your turntables get wobbly. Honestly, on guard, man, you gotta be. The enemy steals your joy like a robbery. Honest be, I was always where the robbers be. Mine was deep, just like Prodigy. But if my faith in astrology know nothing about astronomy, I guess I just blamed it all on my phrenology. If it wasn't for the cross, there would be no crossing me. Now I die daily, living the life of modesty. Probably in church you spotted me. That's where the squadron be. All love to my BCs.
Let go of your worries and join us wherever you are. Escape to the unknown. Let's celebrate under the stars. Dark nights fade to sunlight. Embrace the mysteries of life. Come away, explore the wonders of each new day. Let's celebrate under the stars. Explore the wonders of each new day.
Monitor. This is Miss Jenny. I'm calling to say hi and see how you're doing in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. Hope all is well with you. Hope you're having a good stay and you getting to do what your dream is all about. God bless you. Have a safe day and give me a call when you get a chance. Marcus is coming along. He's talking now. He's details and he's trying to make a few steps. So continue to pray for him. Give me a call. Have a good night. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. God
Yo, we are back live on the hype. That was Feel Good by Delore
Hey.
and Face, as well as Christina Rivera of Love and Worship. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to Delore over in Brooklyn doing his thing.
Brooklyn.
So we got Nala Days in the studio though.
Hey.
So man, so you were announced. How's like we were talking about how earlier you ran into a situation.
Yeah. I
kind of
like a little bit of car trouble. It's a damper, but it's funny, man. Like I always feel like you, in order to be trusted, you got to be tested, right? So like that's like the thing I got on my heart today. It was like you want to get that God taking you somewhere, you got to be tested first, and it was tough. You know that it was tough because just things not panning out and praying about it and just being reminded, yeah, man, this is gonna happen. This stuff like this is supposed to happen, and I had to have that little kind of like moment. You know what I mean?
The reality moment.
Yeah, it was one thing after the other. You already know. So
it made me laugh because Dayton retold his story about when he got signed to God Over Money and how that felt, and he was literally vacuuming and doing a cleaning service, and literally a dog poop got lodged in the thing.
Yo, I'll give you an extra behind the scenes bonus. I was on the phone when it happened. Yeah, I called them right when they announced him, and I said, "Bro, congratulations!" And y'all love you, Dayton, but I'm gonna do an impersonation. And he was like, "Yeah," and then I was like, "You good, bro?" He just didn't sound like happy. He was like, "Man, I just clogged the holes of the machine or something like poop got literally while I'm on the phone with him, the poop was getting there." I was like, wow. And he goes, "Man, I gotta go. And I was like, so it's a true story, but it's funny that I was on the phone with him when it was going on. And I called him to congratulate him. And I like that he says it was a humbling moment because he literally said, "Man, people over here hyping it up, sharing my posts, and all this stuff while I am cleaning basically crap up in a cleaner." Like it was like he said. I remember his tone, man. He just was like, "Wow!" Like I can't even, and that's what I felt like today. I felt like I couldn't fully enjoy it because I had all this other stuff on my mind, and all these shares, and I'm seeing all these, people just shouting me out, and it's a good feeling. But I wasn't able to be in the moment at that. I had to talk to him about that, and just to kind of get a little bit of clarity on it. But it's funny how that the parallels, because he was announced to God Over Money yesterday, 6 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, it's crazy how that happens. Both of us went through a little something in the day. You know what I mean? It's hilarious, and it wasn't up until right before we got on the interview that I was starting to go, okay, let me take it in a little bit, just a little bit, Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. So we know, like I'm, a little biased in this conversation because I'm Feel Good myself, but I know people have the question like, what's good with Feel Good? Like, what's gonna happen? Because you run your own collective of artists, me included. But what does that look like for the future? What do you think it looks like? Because I know Dayton kind of described how his relationship is with God Over Money, and I mean, you could kind of further,
Yeah.
go on that.
Well, I mean, look, Feel Good. Look, you know the story, man. Like Feel Good was birthed off of the project I did with Daniel Stills, believe it or not. So yeah, speaking of Daniel Still, Devin Morrison. Shout out to Devin Morrison from Orlando, lives in Cali. That's our boy. Soy features on that one, I believe, as well. And then Eons also features on that as well. But yeah, mostly Devin Morrison and Daniel Still kind of make that sound of that whole project. And I just remember that whole Feel Good, the way I saw it in my mind, how to spell it, everything just came. Like, it was super. I always like the word Feel Good. So I was like, yeah, I like that to describe some kind of music. Because, Feel Good music could be soul music, it could be jazz music, it could be, new school, it could be old school. It's whatever makes you feel better, make the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So vibey music, wavy music, it's whatever people like. So the idea for doing something with that came instantly. I was like, Feel Good has to be something. And the beautiful thing about that is Dayton is very like, yo, I see you have this Feel Good movement thing, man. Like, that's your signature. Cause he sees that as my signature. Like, yo, that's your signature. So it's never been a thing of like sacrificing one thing for the other. I mean, he understands, like, I rep Feel Good, and it really is, to me, it really is like a collective thing. It's almost like, the best way to describe it is like when KB got signed to Reach Records, he had HGA. And we know HGA because we go back to the outreach days where we used to do shows with HGA, the original crew, right? Was it the three dudes, or no, 3 or 4 people originally?
Yeah.
I could have it wrong.
Second Chance, Loso.
Yeah,
Young
come on,
Bona.
KB. And yeah, KB. And so I remember when they came out, he signed, and I know originally it was supposed to be the crew HGA who signed the deal, but it ended up being KB. KB kept HGA as his thing, like that was his movement. Like, so Reach Records, of course, but His Glory Alone was like the signature for KB. So I still see Feel Good being that for me, because whatever I do is going to be Feel Good, right? And for y'all as well, you know what I mean? It still exists. It's still, I'm hoping to elevate that as well with what God allows me to do with Menace, you know what I mean? And I'm repping Feel Good all day. I still got my cap. I still, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
people will still see Feel Good being repped all day. That's it can't end if I didn't end it, I guess. It wouldn't make sense. Like, I'm still repping that thing hard body, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, Feel Good is close. It's close to my heart, and you know that. It's really close to my heart. So yeah, that's me, man. Like, I would like people to say when they think of me, they think of that logo, or they think of that that slogan, right? So I don't know. Like, it ain't going nowhere. So
yeah. So I mean, like, with him signing you and bringing you on board with the team and everything like that, bringing you to the Menace movement, I think a lot of people, like I said, you have a catalog behind you of 10 albums. You know what I mean? You have a beat tape as well. You're a producer, and if people don't see right behind you, you're an engineer as well. A man of many hats, literally. Don't be doing Illuminati stuff on my show.
My bad. It's crazy. No, I'm saying.
Oh man, we're gonna go down the conspiracy route. That's how I got signed. No, I'm just kidding.
Rabbit hole, right?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna call it out before anybody freeze frames the video.
Oh, forget about it, bro. I done started a thread. That's it. I knew it.
Oh man, I do want to give a shout out to John who reached out and said congrats in the comments.
John, what's up, bro? Love you, bro.
And yeah, man, your most recent project, When the Horns Stop.
Yeah.
Like, you got to shoot a music video for it.
Man, that was fun, bro.
You froze your butt off. And you did something that you did something that you thought you probably never would, is you got to shoot it in your hometown.
Yeah, like, even Dayton knew that was a big deal for me, man. Like, it was my last like, you know, it was a feel good release, but it was an independent release. It was like the last independent release. And bro, I love that project. We'll talk because it means something unique, right? You're gonna love all your projects. You know this. You're gonna love every project you do. But
Yeah.
and every artist says this is my best project yet, right? I feel like Feel Good, under Feel Good, my bad, because we're talking about Feel Good, so I was fucking my head. When the Horns Stop, which was originally Horns Rap and Jazz, right? Real ones know because we were promoting it too. Horns Rap and Jazz. It's special because it's a little bit of a hybrid sounding, right? But first time I'm really showing that side of me. But man, to actually go to Harrisburg and I didn't think it could have been done, bro. You know this, man. We had talks about this all the time. Like, yeah, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You were so pivotal in that, and people don't even know this, so I think we should say it here. I used your camera to shoot the whole video. Right, so shout out to Crescendo. I was it your 50? Well, yeah, did we use your lens? Yeah, we did. We used your lens, your T5i. Thank God for your T5i because as any DSLR heads in here, they know that the autofocus is a little bit better on that than the T3i. T3i is trash with autofocus, and it allowed us, even though it was cold, I was freezing my butt off up there. The shaky footage because we had a I don't even know if I have it here, but we had the gimbal, but it was like the manual. Yep. So that the wind was making it do this. So a little bit of the shakiness and grittiness was not artistic. It was the wind, y'all. So I'm not gonna take credit for that. But it meant a lot. We almost got I gotta say this, we almost got attacked by some fiends in the hood. Like real talk, like crackheads, not to be like crazy, like for real. We almost got stuck up for the equipment. Thank God that didn't happen. I would have had a long story to tell you at that point. But if whenever we get a chance, I gotta let you see the behind the scenes of what happened. But it was literally down to my cousin pretending like he was like carrying or something because it was that bad. And it was by the church that we had the most we were in the most danger up there. That was the crazy part.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was a good time though. I had so much fun, man. Back in my hometown, right?
It's a crazy story. It's a crazy story.
Fun, I miss shout out to my cousins too. Shout out to my cousin C's. Pito, love you. He was in the video with me. He's the one that was posted up. My cousin Josh Rotoro, who actually shot everything for me, man, and helped me. So like without them, I wouldn't have had a video, bro. It would have been impossible as well, you know.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. You're a very diverse artist. You rap, but then you also sing. Because just last spring we were talking about your project.
Yeah.
And that project was completely different from your other projects, and everyone's like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I feel like low key people are gonna go back to it. I hope so. This project was good.
I think people. Shout out to Stefanato. I loved his response because it was a real response. He was like, "Yo, I love you as a rapper. I like your rapper cadence and everything. So it's weird to just like you're doing it good, but it's weird because I'm expecting you to come out of nowhere and rap, and then I'm like, nah." So I think that's what it was, maybe. Like he just straight up went neo soul on it. He didn't, I rapped maybe one time on there, and even my wife was like, "You sure you don't want to rap more?" So people don't get freaked out. I was like, it was experimental, and I still love that record, those records, man. I really do.
Street Like Curfew, yeah.
I still love that project.
So like I'm trying to cover all my bases here because I'm just thinking about, so you rap, you sing. You do, obviously you're more known for your neo soul production, your boom bap style, but then you're also incorporating trap music now, and you also do scores as well.
Right.
I know people, even if they don't like follow you like for like your rapping or your singing, they should still follow you for your production. And I'm not saying anything against like your singing and your rapping.
No, Everybody
Like,
got
it's just
their
looking.
taste. Yeah, everybody has their taste. Yeah,
But I'm just what me personally like because it's crazy to see your versatility.
thank you, bro.
And you know, when you go live and you create beats live, that's something that I feel like if people had the chance, they should just follow you. Just if they're interested in learning about music and kind of seeing the processes like behind it.
And you know, I'm an open book too, man. So yeah, I'm always willing to tell people things. And,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
So yeah, so what I want to do though, I do want to play "When the Horns Stop" real quick.
Yeah, love that.
I want people to hear your last project, you know, before Menace, and kind of get a taste of that, and then we'll get back and talk more with
Yeah.
nowadays of the Menace movement
Let's go.
on the hype. Let's go.
Unless you left the four walls, you wouldn't get it. Most repentant, not to mention profit of a large percentage. Yeah, I'm open to listen, cause it's such a blessing. God gives us an inch and we try and stretch it. Want a blessing, then we do everything we can to vex him. They say who you is, I'm just treading lightly. They're disguising how in time they got you blinded by the light beam. Not surprising from why I'm seeing, won't stop the trick more than likely. Never made music for the world to like me, but it's when I make these songs and move on to writing. Feel a tug on my heart, the spirit starts reminding not about me or my skill, or how the songs are sounding. When you get in that head bop, or feel the kick when that beat drop, or like the song or recite the song, know every word. This MC rock, say every word, every noun and verb, boss hitting hard like some sheetrock. Just know no matter how cold the flow is, just like you, I need God. I will never stop that mission, speaking what was freely given. Guilty, but I'm not forgiven. You can be free too, one God who sees you, bought at a fee too. Nothing to wait for, all debts were paid for, death in the grave gone. He will never leave you nor ever forsake you, so until my time is up, I'ma live a life that's faithful.
I continue to stay cause he never left. Turn my punches into braille, give it to the death. The game never had rules like a rebel ref. Real music in between the lines like a treble clef. I see the dope boys passing jags. I see the corner boys on the block passing bags. I see the rappers on the internet jacking flags. I still wonder if the sky's gonna crack in jazz, man. So till we riding in on the soul plane, entering the throne room, listening to Cold Strain. I remain second like an ID with no name. We serve with no shame, we grow with no rain. If I'm with the Lord, then I'm on top. Stay ahead of their time like a foreign clock. I'm Satch mode with the flow, cause homie, yo, it's a wonderful world when the horns stop.
I will never stop that mission, speaking what was freely given. Guilty, but I'm not forgiven. You can be free too, one God who sees you, bought at a fee too. Nothing to wait for, all debts were paid for, death in the grave gone. He will never leave you nor ever forsake you, so until my time is up, I'ma live a life that's faithful.
Yo, we are back live on the hype, and we're traveling through my house like a crazy person.
Feel like MTV Cribs, yo.
Welcome to my crib, y'all.
Welcome to my crib, and then you start fast forwarding.
East Orlando. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so we played Horn Stop. We talked about the project, how it used to be Horns Rap and Jazz. You still got gear up on your site.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked about it before, but I do want to talk about it again. You know, your artist name's very unique. Everyone is always like Nalahu, Canalidis.
Oh, goodness. Canalidis, lady.
And I know. Dayton will just call you Dayis because it's easier.
yeah, he cut it in half, I guess. I wasn't with that nickname.
The first half is kind of like Nala, like
Lion King. Yeah, it's like You know, it's funny. Dayton told me that he was like, "Yo, I would call you Nala, but that's weird because it's like the girl lion and I was like, yeah. So I was like, so he called me Deus, and at first I didn't like that because I mean Deus is like God in Latin. So I was like, I don't like that, but it's just a nickname because I get it. It's a mouthful, bro. It's a bunch of syllables. So I had somebody comment on one of the posts that were promoting the thing. He was like, I don't even know your name, but good song. I don't know how to say your name, but good song. I was like, it's okay. I almost changed it. You know that. I went through like different. I was trying to find the one that worked because I felt like that was gonna happen too much. But man, maybe people get used to it. I hope so. Cause
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's also unique, so people have to kind of like research it and kind of like figure it out.
And I'm gonna have to get used to the slaughtering of it, you know, the butchering.
Exactly. I mean, Andy Mineo, he had to rap it in his song for people to get it.
I should have done that, right? Because that would have made it so much easier. You know what? You remember what I used to do though? I used to put it like on my Twitter or something, where it had the phonetic and people said that helped. People actually said that actually helped. They would they would write me or they would look at it and go, "Oh, okay, that's how you're supposed to say it." That helped me a lot before. I should bring that back. Probably.
That still cracks me up. The story about your boy going on the airplane and taking a picture of you, thinking it was you, but it was Andy Mineo.
yeah, he made me laugh. He hit me up on I believe it was on Instagram, and he was like, "Yo, is this? Where are you right now?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm at home. What you talking about?" And he took a picture of Andy Mineo's back of his head, and I was like, "Yo, you want to hear something funny? You know how I trip about that." I was legit like, "Yo, when was that?" And then I was like, "Wait, what?" And he goes, "It's now." I said, "Oh yeah, I don't know who that is." And he went up to him, and they found out it was him. That's the funny part. I think I don't know. I thought it was funny. I think he said he told him like, "I thought you were this rapper named Nala Dez." That's what he told him. So I thought that was hilarious. It finally got back to him in a different way.
Oh man, that's a classic one.
Yeah,
man,
I thought it was me for a little bit.
You're like, what? Did I go on a trip recently?
When did I fly?
Oh man, so I know you probably can't talk about upcoming projects just yet because I know you got them.
We got stuff coming though, for sure.
But I know you got a lot of stuff coming. I'm excited. Well, you know, obviously we playing the music here. I'll be bumping it.
Yes, sir.
And I know you got some events coming up as well. You're gonna be rocking some shows. You know, I always tell you know, because we're doing this through Zoom. I'm over here giving you my MTV Cribs story over here. You know, like how has everything changed your perspective on music, or how has like this pandemic affected you as an artist? Like, did it make you want to work harder? Is it like, did it get you in a funk? I know a lot of people went through like different emotions during this time.
You know what's funny, and because we know each other, it's kind of like a dead giveaway, you know. But it's funny because you know I'm a homebody, right? By nature, I'm a homebody. I've been a homebody for a long time, but I'm kind of a recluse, but not in a depressing way. I'm just a recluse, right? So I'm always working in my house anyway, with music. So for me, it was kind of like, welcome to my world. You know what I'm saying? like everybody got to make music now. You know what I mean? And it was cool. You know what I learned? I think, not to get deep, but I feel like it made married couples reevaluate their marriages. It made people really self-examine themselves, right? Like to be like, all right, now you got to really deal with yourself. You're alone with yourself. You got to deal with yourself. And also, I felt like it forced a lot of creatives to really go back to the drawing board and go, man, you know, I got to make some music. I got to do something. So, and it also leveled the playing field. I think we talked about this a while back. It leveled the playing field so that like more major artists were kind of at the same level as indie. Like nobody can do shows, right? You can't do stadiums. You can't do these huge shows. Now you're doing shows on your phone, literally, the same way artists are doing it. Independent artists. So it was really, really cool to see kind of the equality, the equal like playing field. Everybody had to do the same thing to promote their music. And I hope what it did for me was it taught me, and not in a boastful way, just on a truthful way, because I had already been operating working all the time in the studio, it kind of just, I almost showed people that knew me like, oh man, dude, it's crazy to have to do this. You know what I mean? Like from your house, and man, we now we see that you be putting in work, and I'm like, man, it was a good time for me to kind of just not feel so much pressure as well. Like for personally, I didn't feel so much pressure to be home, and you know what I mean? Like before the pandemic, I knew I needed to get out. I knew I needed to do more shows or just be more outside, and be better at that, and be more present at events and things like that, which all artists should, that. But it was like, no, you can't now. you gotta work. You gotta work at home. That's it. So
yeah, and I think that's a very true statement. I think a lot of artists had to reevaluate themselves in general. Like, okay, so reevaluate yourself, then reevaluate your marketing. Right, you can continue doing music, or you can make excuses. You know what I mean? Like, and it's overwhelming. I know there's a lot of people that they have their kids at home 24/7. It's difficult.
Man.
That was probably a big hurdle for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, I think it was good because God allowed us to get us closer to our family.
Yeah.
And kind of appreciate everything, like the little moments a little bit more. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was great, to be home with my wife, because she's usually on the road, she's doing marketing events and different things like that. So I personally was like, wow, this is great. But then again, there comes that time where you get on each other's nerves, and then you're literally. I'm gonna go walk to the other side of the house.
I'm going to that corner. You put yourself on timeout.
You go to that corner.
You put yourself on timeout sometimes. You're like, you know what? And you grab yourself by the shirt and just put.
Well, it's the. Well, let me think about it. I'm actually gonna go to the store. We need something from the store. I'll put my face mask on, and I will go get some eggs. I don't care.
You know what we need right now? Sugar. You just start. I think we need sugar right now.
Oh man, it's hilarious, but
so
nah,
true,
man,
though.
it was very good though. It was very good and it was eye opening. But I know with everything that's going on, with elections coming up,
oh yeah,
there's so much craziness going on in this country. So I know I'm just excited in general to see where this goes, because I'm like, where are we going with this?
Oh, I don't even know anymore. I'm just praying for this country, bro. It's been crazy lately.
I know nowadays was like, I want them to announce me, and it's like,
before the apocalypse, I was like, God, do me a solid, guy.
For the end times.
Soon as I got the date from Dayton, I was like, Lord, you know my heart. Don't let I was paranoid. I kept hearing car horns outside. I was like, it's time, like,
Oh man.
It'd be like that little Monsters movie. The light comes on you and then the clothes just fold up. I went too far back.
Yes, just a little bit.
Little old.
So it's nowadays, and it's everywhere nowadays, right? Nowadays on Instagram and all.
Oh yeah. I tried. Somebody told me keep it simple, so I mean, my name is difficult enough. So.
So here's your chance for shout outs, because I do want to close the show with a throwback, the lies with Nowadays and Dayton.
Hey, shout out to my mama. My mama, I'm playing. Shout out to my mom though. Why not? Right? Why not? Love you, mom. My dad, Chris. What's up, bro? Shout out to you, man. What's up? Shout out to my moms and my wife, my kids. Nah, but real talk. shout out to everybody who's just been supporting, man. It's been overwhelming. Even though, you know, like I said, my day was weird. It's been super encouraging to see people responding positively, happy about it. I didn't know what to expect. No one knows what to expect. Shout out to Dayton for giving me this opportunity, letting God use him to give me this opportunity. He's been rocking with me since he met me, and he always saw something. He, you know, even with all my stubbornness, he still wanted to help me. And so, man, shout out to Dayton just for actually trying to help someone else and trying to like invest into another artist. Same with Steph. You know, we go back with Steph. Shout out to Steph, you know, back to the 06, 07, 08. And Steph, you know, had to go through that same training with him and just working with him. And so it's a solid team just because I admire each person involved. There's more to come from Menace as far as like artists and things that time the timeline, and God's going to start doing many things with it. You know, not trying to be premature and say anything, but it's going to be really dope. I know he has plans, and I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of dope things are going to happen with Menace. So I'm just happy to be a part of it, and whatever God has in store, man, I'm in there, bro. So
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I just want to thank Nowadays for coming on the show today. Thank you guys for those tuning in. Make sure you guys go on YouTube, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Make sure you download the Radio UNT app. You know, anywhere you can follow along with us. We definitely want to keep you in the loop with all things, with the hype, as well as, you know, local artists doing their thing and seeing local artists rise up like Nowadays. So that's what we're all about, is just empowering our local community. So just want to give you guys a shout out. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And we're going to close out with The Lies by Nowadays featuring Dayton from Soul Portrait.
Love you guys.
Throwback. Let's go.
Until I breathed it out, most couldn't believe it how someone soft spoken and quiet could ever speak out loud. And now I'm speaking out against the falsehoods and crime sneaking out, wrong motives and evil's doubt. Speaking with the intentions to reach them, drinking the lead, the water, the source of which all life could credit the author and finisher. With all power diminished, the evil outside and within, people so sinister. Got me saying, here we go again. A young man stifled by the motives of his friends. The reaping never ends because his flesh was with them. Every time they stole something, yeah, you have to hold it. You're the clay in the hands of the unmolded, the one your pages of your life get wrote with and close quick. Then you realize you're not the one who told it. Your life is a charade of lies and now it's all closed in. I know you're fed up with the lies. It's something that you can never deny. I know you're fed up with the lies. It's something that you can never deny.
See, Brian dreams of a summer day in the park, hanging with his son as they run and play under the beauty of the sun's array. A cool summer breeze rushes him. He inhales and enjoys the fresh gust of wind. He grabs his son and he hugs his king. His son said, "Daddy, promise me you'll never sell drugs again." And Brian took 2 steps back. This question he asked him struck Brian with shame. Then he woke up, gasping. He opened his eyes to a living hell. No park with his son, just a prison cell. His daily routine was wake up, sit and dwell on the mistakes he made and it put him in jail. Nobody has ever thought much of him. This made him feel like he won't amount to nothing. Then he heard this rapper say that he be hustling, and if he sold drugs then he can make bucks and win. The same advice will corrupt his friends. They sold drugs so they can make bucks like him. Brian got down and then he got cussed with them. Now he looks back and he regrets trusting them. No more will he put trust in the guys who construct his demise with the stuff they advise. Cause Brian looked up in the skies and said, I put my trust in the God, cause I'm really fed up with the lies.
It's something that you can never deny. I know you're fed up with the lies. It's something that you can never deny.
tus pies soy amado por ti. Eres todo lo que yo anhelo. Completo soy en tu presencia. Me encuentro aquí, aquí a tus pies soy amado por ti. Eres todo lo que yo anhelo. Completo soy en tu presencia. Maravilloso, eternamente fiel. Tú eres digno, digno de adorar. Cantamos santo, maravilloso Rey. Na 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 na.
Me encuentro aquí, aquí a tus pies soy amado por ti. Eres todo lo que yo anhelo. Completo soy en tu presencia. Maravilloso, eternamente fiel. Tú eres digno, digno de adorar. Cantamos santo, maravilloso cantamos santo, maravilloso digno de adorar. Cantamos santo, maravilloso Rey. Tú eres digno, digno de adorar. Cantamos santo, maravilloso
Sacan el celular y sonrío para la foto, fingiendo felicidad pero con el corazón roto. Pues son tantos los sucesos que viví, todo lo que sufrí que siento que si no lloro algún día exploto. La muerte de mi padre y no poder conocerle, la visión de mi madre que también la llevo.